Hi, Janet Rangi, subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for showing up. I love you so much for coming. And for the new subscribers, thank you. I noticed the past few days we've had many subscribers. I don't know why. It happens once in a while. I just have that spike, but I end up sleeping on the wheels. This time I don't plan to sleep. When YouTube tells me, wake up, I'll wake up. So I've noticed there's that trend again of us going up and increasing. So I'm going to work hard this time so I don't let myself down. But thank you so much. It's because of you. If you are new, please continue to follow. You have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. I promise you. I promise you. And there's a lot of videos for you to go through. Okay? Abigail is here in Tech Life, and everyone else are come in the comments. Welcome, welcome. I love you so much. Okay. All right. And I received a message from some of you who are following me for the first time. So welcome. Okay. Yes. Janet, I've subscribed. I'm here for the first time. I'm learning a lot. Some of you say, oh, Janet, I have your videos on speakerphone. Janet, my kids can't stop watching you. So thank you for all those nice comments. I love to hear them. Judith Nafla. Thank you so much, Judith, for coming. Okay. All right. So let's get to the video today. What is the title? Embassy appointments. Why embassy appointments are going to improve. So many of you, you are very frustrated. Okay. Student visa. Oh, Janet, I can't get in until 2023, depending on the country. Some countries, even 2024. Okay. Some people visiting visa 2023, 2024. Janet, I can't wait that much. Okay. We know that has been happening, right? For a long time, we know that is happening. And if you followed me here, and even on Facebook, actually, I've spoken about this issue, and I've always told people, do your part. America always fixes itself. From history, they always know how to come back strong. So don't come and say, I'm going to give up. I'm not going to put in the work. I am not going to do this because those appointments, you wait too long. How many of you have heard me saying this? I have said it over and over again. You do your part, the rest will fall in place. In fact, as I speak, a few people have called me and say, Janet, my interview was in 2024, or because I had paid during the pandemic, I didn't hear from them, and now they've written to me, instead of going next year, they've told me to come this October. I've gotten enough information from people telling me that. It means it's improving, but that is not why I'm doing this video today. Janet comes here with receipts. Me, I don't claim things without receipts. So today I'm going to quote information from uscis.gov, okay? And for more information, of course, I get this information from the State Department. Credible sources, the horse's mouth, basically, okay? So welcome. I hope you have a nice Sunday, everyone, okay? So let's start. Number one, this is what they are saying. Vitina, Janet is the one who brings you the latest information from America. These are the changes happening in America. And when the changes happen in America, trust me, there are changes happening around the world. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Okay? The orders come from here. This is home. Okay, when the orders come from the immigration service here, they are sent all over the world in all embassies. Of course, every embassy is different. Every embassy had to follow different COVID guidelines. Every embassy has different needs. Staffing issues are different. But generally speaking, these are the changes happening in America, and that's why I am just giving you information. Now, even let me take, for example, some of you are following me from Kenya. Okay, there was an incident where Kenyans went on to Twitter and they were complaining. How can countries relate to each other, not only just military and diplomacy. Diplomacy is mainly through culture and through sports. So when one of the Kenyan icons was denied a visa, Kenyans went crazy. Not crazy is not the right word. They went on Twitter, okay? And they were complaining. And I think the embassy heard that loud and clear. From the information I see, it looks like we have a new ambassador whom Janet is very familiar with. I was familiar with that face. Okay, she ran for president, so I know her face. I'm happy for her. Okay, she's a businesswoman. So that was interesting. So that is a sign to show that, hey, we are still together. We love you. We still care about you. So why am I saying America always fixes problems? But let's go to America. What is happening in America that will affect the embassy nearest to you? Thank you so much. You can share with us which country you're coming from so we know that you are involved. Immigration is federal law. Okay, so that means even if you come here, you can always find a lawyer from any state because it's federal law. Federal law, it means a lawyer in Washington can serve someone in Texas. Okay, a lawyer in Texas can serve someone in New Jersey. That is what we call federal law. It has no state boundaries. A lawyer can represent anyone around the country. So I hope you know. Janet always gives you a little facts. So this is what the memo, okay, the memo that is out, okay, Department of Homeland Security, how to reduce visa blogs, okay, backlogs. It means we have so many people, we have so much work that we need to catch up. How can we improve? Okay, so that was the topic, and that is exactly why I'm telling you, America always fixes problem. Just because there was a pandemic and people are caught unawares, some of us, we started maybe thinking they are a joke. No, these people will always improve from history. Okay, from history. There are things we have to credit them. Give credit where it belongs, okay? Number one, this is what they are doing. Okay, from that memo of how to improve services, the first thing they are doing is to improve information and technology. Information and technology can be a lot. It means maybe buying new computers. It means maybe having more people apply online. It means maybe improving virtual appointments. So they are putting in place things that are improving, and they're improving to cut the visa waiting times, to wait the appointment, to cut down on appointment waiting times. So that is a memo that has come. It has been discussed. It has been presented that fiscal year 2023, they want to see these backlogs come down, as you see. And by the way, when I was reading the word fiscal year 2023, I was so happy because I was like, yay, I have told people on my page what a fiscal year means. If you are new, please go down here. I have done videos on how to understand what a fiscal year is, which basically is a monetary year, or it's a year where the government reconciles its pages, basically. And it starts from October 1 to September 30, okay? We are coming to the end of fiscal year 2022. So that is why people who want green card 2022, they only have 1 week and it's over. Okay, then the embassy will start processing green card 2023 winners. And then you will see an announcement coming very soon. Stay tuned. Of course, I'll present on the green card 2024. Again, they will announce it this year for you to start applying in preparation for 2024, which 2024 will start next year in October. Got it? I'm not going to spend the time there, but I know every day I get new followers, so I have to cater to everyone, okay? So fiscal year, please pay attention to that. Go and do that video. They're improving information and technology. IT services are going to improve. When they say that, it means they're going to spend millions and millions of dollars to make that happen so that you guys can have a good time, so that you don't have to be waiting for a long time. Some of you will be receiving letters if you're on the line. Hey, we know you are waiting from 2024. You had paid this money. You don't have to pay again, but you are welcome to come and apply again. Okay? All right. That is one thing that they suggested. Improving information and technology. Okay. Number two, they are going to improve self-service. Self-service is going to improve. Okay. Some of us, we've made applications for ourselves and our families. Right now, you can make applications online. Okay. Before, honestly, this department was a little bit old-fashioned. You would have to file everything on pen and paper. Okay. You would go print, write it down, or go on the computer and type in, print, okay, and then mail it to the service center. For those who are watching me for the first time, actually, even for the old comers, that's why I always say, subscribe. If you didn't know, you will have one center that you'll have to mail your addresses, your application, especially if you're in America, okay? There are 4 service centers. I will name them quickly, depending on the geographical area you live. There's Vermont Service Center, which is the slowest. I witnessed that. I lived in Delaware. I used it that. My green card took the forever, and people in California are enjoying. Speaking, number 2, we have the California Service Center, which serves the West Coast. We have the Nebraska Service Center, which to me is the fastest, is somewhere in the middle. And then we have the Texas Service Center. And you always want to pay attention. We have a lockbox in Arizona. Any application you make, pay attention, because they will tell you which address to mail. And some of you don't pay attention, and then your applications are delayed, and then you start complaining. No, follow directions, follow instructions. So self-service, online services are going to improve. They are going to encourage more people, instead of doing the old-fashioned way. Go and apply here, go and print here, then go to the post office, and then mail here. Okay, no, they're going to improve self-service. Okay, speaking of self-service, right now, another thing they are doing is to announce for people who have expired visas, okay, to go back and apply. Okay, they do not have to go in person. That is something they're going to improve. That in-person appointments are going to improve because they are going to allow some people to have waivers. Okay, waivers, and that was announced last year, but they're expanding. Actually, I came on this video here, and people told me, Janet, did you hear the embassy has announced that they are going to have these changes? I said nothing has changed, but I went and paid attention. Honestly, if your visa expired less than 4 years ago, I thought that was interesting. 4 years ago, I thought it was 1 year ago. No, you have a window of 4 years. So if you're listening to Janet today and you had a visiting visa to come to America and it expired and now you're lining up, please feel free. Janet Rangi 67@gmail.com if you want us to help you. We can renew that thing for you. Do you understand? There is no need for you to line up. You can just go and renew online and then everything will be taken care of. Okay, of course, you have to do a fresh DS-160 and everything else, but you do not have to book an appointment. So that will reduce for people who already have F1, but it expired 4 years ago. Okay, visiting visa, but it expired 4 years ago. Of course, you must have not violated the law. You must not have done a few things here and there. So those are some of the improvements to take care of some of those people that have been tested before. They've been seen at the embassy. They already trust them already. They already did fingerprints. They know these people are safe to travel. Those ones, they are saying, honestly, let us save space for new people. But these people that we trusted before, they can go and renew these things themselves without an online appointment. So those are the changes. That's why you see openings coming up everywhere, okay? And of course, another thing, me, I've told people, who most of you follow me when you are complaining, Janet, it takes too long visiting visa, it takes too long student visa. And Janet said, how about if you have an East African passport? You have so many countries to utilize. It has worked. Okay, in my opinion, I think the embassy needs to clap for me, especially the embassy in Nairobi needs to say, Janet, thank you. Why will the embassy in Nairobi be stressing when people in Uganda and Dar es Salaam are enjoying, and we know that federal law applies on everyone? Okay, so that is a good thing from experience. The people that have not gone to their home country stations, they have not been questioned. In fact, the embassy has never said anything. So far, I've not had anyone come and tell me, Janet, they questioned me why I left Nairobi and went to Uganda for an appointment. No one has told me that. No one has told me, Janet, they questioned me why I left Nairobi and went to Burundi. No one has told me that. But of course, you have to make sure that you choose that embassy when you're filling the DS-160 because they have a very difficult time transferring. In fact, one of my clients, she went all the way to Burundi. She was served. But the embassy was like, you know what? Transferring is very hard for us. You should have chosen Burundi from the word go. So be very careful before you take the plane. They can refuse to serve you because it's very clear. Okay, you cannot book an appointment and choose the Nairobi embassy and then move to Burundi without changing the DS-160. Okay, but in this case, I told her the embassy was very nice, and that's why I always say they do their job. The embassy was very gracious. They still served her. They did not chase her away because she took a plane. But just be very careful in case you're one of those. They'll be sick and tired and say, hey, you know what? Follow directions, okay? But generally speaking, from the people who follow me, if you're one of those people who has moved from your own country and went to another country and you belong in the East African community and they said something to you, please let us know. So far, it has not been an issue. The people who follow me, the people who have come to report to me, they tell me, Janet, thank you so much. I got a visa. Or Janet, they denied me because of ABCD, but I'm going to fix. They've not said, the embassy did not give them any challenges why they skipped their own country. They went to any other country within the East African community. Of course, you cannot go with a Kenyan passport to Uganda. No, it has to be the East African passport, which has been coordinated within all the East African nations. Okay, all right. If you're listening to me from other countries, you have to go to your own country or you apply to another country, but just make sure that you communicate with the embassy. Okay. Having said that, the waivers are improving for people to bring up their paperwork. That was a directive from Washington, D.C. Okay, from the State Department to the embassies around the world. So that is changing. Okay, so so many phone calls are coming in. Sorry. The biggest one, okay? If you're one of those people who watched me here, when people ask me, Janet, did you hear what the embassy is saying? There'll be many things. I was like, these journalists, they need to update their information. They can't be telling us the same thing over and over again. Guess what? And in that video, I made a comment. Go down here and see if you can remember that comment. I made a comment like, me, I want to see things to do with new hires, new positions. Guess what? That was also a recommendation. Okay, so the department has decided that they're going to hire new people. When they hire new people, guess what? They will send them to embassies around the world. They will send them within the department to bring efficiency, to serve you better and reduce. Because remember, what was the goal of this meeting? What was the goal of this memo? To reduce the 2023 backlog. The 2023 fiscal year starts in a few days, October 1. That was the goal of that meeting, is to send information to make sure that people understand. So now we are going to have staffing. Okay, during the pandemic, we can't blame anyone. Okay, people could not travel. There are lockdowns. Every country had its own restrictions. They say if you're from country A, you can't go to country B. Every country was saying stay home with your mother, don't go anywhere. Okay, but that has clearly changed from the time the vaccines came. Okay, so right now I think more people are feeling comfortable to travel, go overseas, and I'm seeing my us having more employees coming from the United States to serve other nations, to go into the international stations in the embassies. Remember, embassies are run by the state US department. Okay, it's called the State Department, not the USCIS that Janet says. Okay, the State Department is responsible of all the embassies around the world. So now you know. Okay, and they're saying they're going to hire more people. What does that mean? It means they're going to pump more money into hiring, advertise more, recruit more, train more, and then when they have more staffing, obviously these people will be back home, they'll come and serve you. So we are very excited with this news. So what does that mean? Keep applying, keep applying. Okay, so the most exciting news, which I can tell you, being in America, I'll be honest, when I saw this, I was like, yes, of course, of course. To us, it makes sense. For some of us who are already in America, they've approved overtime. What does overtime mean in America? For anyone who is watching me and you are here in America, please go in the comment section and tell people what overtime means. What overtime means, like a week has 40 hours per week. That is the standard for most countries around the world. If it's 40 hours a week, I mean, that means overtime starts from 1 hour after 40 hours. It means if you work 41 hours and your contract was $30 an hour, that one extra hour, they'll pay you a time and a half, meaning it will be 30 plus 15. That 1 hour, they'll pay you at a rate of 45. Okay, so they have approved. The United States has approved for overtime, meaning now more people, instead of staying home, if they have extra time, they'll go home. And don't just say it's a time and a half. I can give you my example personally. When I first came, I used to work in a hospital. And because they had a lot of shortages in New Jersey in the hospital, they used to call me and say, Janet, we know your time and a half is so and so. Okay, I started with a very low salary, I have to be honest. My starting salary was only $23 an hour. Did I earn $23? Very rarely, because there was a lot of overtime and everything. Now, if you do a calculation of $23 an hour, do half of 23. Half of 23 is a 13. Let's say 13. So 13 plus 23, that comes to 23, 33, about $36 an hour, right? So you think, oh, Janet, only a time and a half only take you to 36. No. So they would call me and say, Janet, we're going to approve overtime, but instead of getting a time and a half, every hour you come, we'll be paying how much? $50 an hour. And that's how I made my money. Did I ever see $23 an hour? Yes, sometimes if they're okay. But for the most time, my rate was always $50 an hour, and they will not even count by 40 hours. They say, so long as you pick, if you agree to come in today, Janet, we are not counting it. Wait for you to get 40 hours before we do overtime. Anytime you come to the hospital, Janet, we are going to pay you $50 an hour. So who knows? Who knows the arrangements, what the department is telling these people? They could be not just doing a time and a half. Maybe they're telling supervisors, anyone that comes extra, they have to get a bonus. Or anyone that comes extra, we have approved this amount of money for overtime. And that is going to encourage more people to leave, those who are experienced, to stay at work and know that they are going to make more money for everyone within the department. What does that mean? More training, more resources, people are sent in other embassies around the world. Okay, so that is our memo. It is official. So when you see those results being announced, oh, the embassy has said this, it is coming directly from America. They have sat down, they have looked at the effects of COVID, which they blame that most backlogs are because of the pandemic. Of course, as in the Sunshine Continent, of course, people like Janet, they've taught you to go there, right? I know you. You're in America. You hide, you say, you know what, Janet has given me all these secrets. I don't need to go even ask her for help. I'm just going to do it myself. I'm going to do it myself. I know you, okay? But some of you always come. And speaking of that, now that those changes are coming, I want us to be very, very prepared. You are the first ones to hear this. From now on, you come to me, janetrangi.com, or you come to janetrangi67@gmail.com, and you tell me, Janet, find me admission. Not only will we find you admission, okay, we are going to provide you admission, and we are going to even give you student loans. Because I know the majority of you do not have bank statements. So we are going to make it as a standard. Me, I've decided now from today, we are going to make it as a standard. So this is a very exciting topic for you. If you're one of those people who is looking for admission, or you have no way of coming to America. Now, for these people, it can't be some of you in community colleges. Community colleges, don't get me wrong. Janet will get you admission 100% of the time. Not 50%, not 60%, not 98%. If you come to Janet today and say, Janet, I want admission in a community college, Janet will get you admission 100%. That is my record. I stand by it. You cannot challenge me. It is true. It is true. A community college, I will deliver 100%. 100%, I'll put I-20 in your pocket, okay? Now, the challenge becomes a bank statement. But for people who have degrees and they want to come, especially for masters, Janet will promise admission, which can be tough sometimes. Some of you don't have very good GPAs. You give me sleepless nights. Okay, but the issue of bank statements, we are going to resolve that. You do not have to come to me for a bank statement. I will not require a bank statement. Let me just put it that way. Okay, janetrangi67@gmail.com. I use this opportunity because some people listen to me and they actually come in the back. After this video, they always go there and they go to the emails and they say, Janet, help me. Oh, yeah, I don't have a bank statement. I don't have enough money. No problem. We do not need a bank statement. Okay. And no, we are going to use all the legal avenues available to help you to solve that problem. Okay. Now, having said that, most of you are self-help. Just the way the embassy is saying, we are going to give you resources so you can become self-help people. We want you to go ahead and help yourselves. So that is going to happen. Okay. So if you came late in this video, let me summarize what Janet has said. Okay. Right now, there is DHS, Department of Homeland Security, has a goal to reduce the visa appointments, to reduce the backlog, waiting times, waiting periods around the world. And they've come up, they've discussed, they know that these things became worse because of the pandemic. What are they going to do? There are things they've come up and they say, if we do this, we hope that the fiscal year 2023, which starts next week, October 1, is going to be better than the previous, okay? And they have targets to make sure those improvements, and that's why you're seeing some improvements where you come from. Number one, they're going to improve technology, meaning they'll hire, more people, they will, maybe in IT, okay, equipment. They say even scanning. I forgot to say that. How many of you have gone to the embassy and then you have to scan your fingerprints? You have to do what? They're going to invest a lot, heavily in information and technology. That was top on their list. Okay. Now, they've also said we are going to waive people around the world who have already been in contact with the embassy and their visas expired, but it has not been 4 years since those visas expired. We are going to encourage them to go online and do these services themselves. They're also going to encourage people to do self-help. They're going to help themselves to do applications for the most part. And also they are going to make sure that in-person, one-on-one improvements improve. How are they going to improve that? By hiring new staff, by training new staff, by boosting the staffing, okay? They are going to give people overtime, pay them more money so that more employees have an incentive to come and work. Okay, so I hope you gained a lot from this topic today. The topic today was embassy appointments are going to improve. I've always told you America will stand. You don't look at them the time of weakness. They can fall, but they always stand. As Janet says on these videos, you stand, you fall, you stand, you fall. You never give up. Today, by the way, I had a lady, she's in Dallas. She called me for a consultation. She told me, Janet, I was lucky I got the visa the third time. I said, exactly. Some of you go to the embassy thinking it has to be the first time. No, you are limiting yourself. It doesn't have to be the first time. Do I want to get a visa the first time? Trust me. I want to get a visa the first time. But if you don't, people get the visa the second time. They get the visa the third time. And actually, another one came to me, and she's going Monday. I said, I'll pray for you. And she told me she came for consultation, but I helped her with the embassy. She said, Janet, I tried to look for the package on your website, janetrangi.com, to find the one for the embassy, and I didn't see it. I'm like, I thought we had it. So I'm going to work with, IT to see that package goes back. Because some people get their own admissions and they just want me to train them for embassy. Tell them the most common questions that come to the embassy, review their personal situations, notice where we have problems and fix them before we go to the embassy so that we can improve our chances. And Janet will do that. So that one I'll fix. I said, I'm going to name this package after you. I said, we take customer service very seriously. We take people's comments very seriously. If we go wrong, we are always ready to say we are wrong and we apologize, but we fix for the next person so that the next person does not struggle. And that is how you improve in life. You keep going and going and going and improving and improving and improving. Okay, bank statements, I've always known it has been a problem, but look at Janet now. She's fixing that problem. Okay, I love you so much. So many comments. How will apply for Canada green card or student? They have permanent residency. There are many ways. Watch Janet Rangi Canada videos. I'll keep on coming here. Okay, so it's up to you. You want a green card in America or permanent residency in Canada? It's up to you. Okay, well tuned in, Caroline. Thank you. Frida is like, thank you for keeping us posted. Very nice. Ruby, hello, first time here. Ruby, very welcome. Remember to go down here, subscribe, hit the notification button. So when Janet comes, you'll be notified. Most importantly, subscribe. Welcome, Ruby. You have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. Doreen, hello, Janet from Nairobi. Thank you for the valuable information. Very welcome. I'm from Uganda, Nimnabs. Thank you. Isabel, how are you? Hi, Janet, watching you from Dallas. Yes, Isabel, we spoke today. Thank you so much for sharing our story. Okay, MM at 254. Very nice. MM, what are you saying? What is a thank you, Janet, watching you from South Africa. Very nice. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. All right. Someone says, I love your channel, Ruby. Okay. Someone is saying from where? Thanks, Janet, watching from Cape Town. Today we have so many South Africans. You are very welcome, Zimbabwe. Or from other countries too. They're in South Africa. Okay. Marsha is like, thanks, Janet, watching from Turkey. Very nice. Hope to travel to Canada. You are very welcome. Joanna, welcome, Joanna. Janona Kuona from Kisiland. Very nice. Caroline, wow. Thank you. Okay. Ramadan, Hussein, excellent, my sister. Janet, everyone is proud of you. Hussein, how nice. Ramadan Hussein, very nice. Millicent Okumu, thanks, Janet, always giving us information. I got my dates. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. All right. Andrew, what are you saying? Hi, Jen, how do I handle green card application when I'm not married legally, yet I'm living with my wife? You can choose to say single or married, and whichever way you will still gain. Okay. If you win, you can always go and get a marriage certificate and prove that you've lived and you have children together. Why did you do it today? Because we were customarily married, but now that we want the green card, we are going to a new country, we have to put our papers straight. Or if we were married, but we didn't have a marriage certificate, that's why I say married, I've lived with my wife, we have children. So whichever way, it's how you prove to the embassy, okay? And remember, when you win, you don't have to remember, and this is very important, write it down. And write this one down. When you're applying for the green card, okay, when you win, they will give you a chance to go and fill in update DS260, meaning what you did the first time could have changed. If you got a baby, tell them I got a baby. If you got a wife, tell them I got a wife. If you are now married, that is the time now you say, now I'm married. You understand? Simple. Keep it simple. It's not as bad as you think, but thank you for your comment. I hear that every day. Okay, Wave, love you, Janet. God bless. Thank you, Billy. Loving the show. How nice. Justin, very nice. Locked in, much love. Okay, Elisha Ngetich. I'm from Kenya. Nasintan from Kenya. Already emailed you. Very nice. We'll get to you. James, thank you, Janet. What is your view on optometry at the jobs? We don't look at the jobs in America. We just show up. The rest will fall in place. Joyce, it's very nice optometry. Hello, Janet. Watching from Nairobi. My interview was scheduled in March 27. Congratulations. And Omayo Makori, Ambassador Rangi, you are the Kenyan roving envoy. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Muchas gracias, Doreen. Okay, Zikomo, asanteni sana. Bye-bye. I will see you. And Grace Wairimu is the last one. I love you so much, Grace. Okay? Bye-bye, guys. See you. Bye.